Hi everybody, I'm Lights Camera Jackson. The Dark Knight was the highest grossing film of 2008 and it won 2 Academy Awards, one for the late Heath Ledger's incredible performance as the Joker. Now the Caped Crusader is forced back into action to face a new villain in Christopher Nolan's satisfying final installment in his Batman trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. The time is 8 years after the conclusion of The Dark Knight, and Gotham City is still mourning the loss of Mayor Harvey Dent. But Commissioner Gordon, played by Gary Oldman, is still keeping the secret about how Dent actually died, and the fact that he wasn't the hero everyone still thinks he was. Bruce Wayne, played by Christian Bale, hasn't put on the Batman suit since being blamed for Dent's death, and his body is pretty beat up from all his Batman battles. And Gotham City has been free of criminals for the past 8 years, but that's soon to end. The evil Bane, played by Warrior's Tom Hardy, has a plan to take down Bruce Wayne and destroy the city. Bane and Bruce have a history together, which involves other past characters and storylines as well. He's out for revenge. So Bruce has to get back into the crime-fighting game in order to stop Gotham City from being wiped out by a nuclear bomb in Bane's control. The good news for Batman is that he's not alone. Old friends Alfred the Butler, Michael Caine, and Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman, are still on the team, along with Commissioner Gordon. Newcomers include Miranda, played by Marion Cotillard, who takes over Wayne Enterprises, and a young police officer detective, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And there's also Selina, aka Catwoman, played by Anne Hathaway, who may or may not be on his side. The Dark Knight Rises has a very simple, straightforward story, yet it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. How does Nolan make those two facts work together? With nice pacing, good characterization, effective dialogue, and a series of intense, exciting action scenes. Nolan, who also directed 2010's complicated but visually stunning Inception, definitely knows how to stage amazing sequences. But what he does so well in The Dark Knight Rises is that he doesn't make the visuals seem so overwhelming. There's no gimmicky wow moments in the film, just a bunch of great action shots, fight scenes, chases, explosions, which all work within the script. And there are a couple of great twists, including the one toward the end that you won't see coming. On the downside, it does take a while for the film to get going. Nolan takes a little too long setting things up and getting the story in motion. And there's a little too much time spent on the middle section of the film when Bruce is taken prisoner by Bane. It's similar to how I felt when Tony Stark is stuck in the cave for too long in the original Iron Man. The performances by this top-notch ensemble cast are solid throughout, but the standout for me is Caine, who provides a depth to Alfred not seen in the first 2 films. I'd love to hear some Best Supporting Actor Oscar nomination buzz at the end of the year. As villains go, Bane is pretty nasty, but he's certainly no Joker. My major problem with him is his voice, which is a cross between Darth Vader and Yoda. At first it's distracting, but you do adjust to it as the film progresses. However, there are times when it's very tough to understand what he's saying, and maybe that's the point, but be prepared to listen closely when talking. The Dark Knight Rises is rated PG-13 for some intense action-violence sequences, disturbing images, and language. It's appropriate for teens and up. If you're a fan of the series or of the Batman characters in any form, you won't be disappointed. It's a nice conclusion to the franchise, at least Nolan's version of the franchise. It's hard to imagine, especially the way this one ends, that we won't be seeing any more Batman films in the near future. On the official LCJ report card, The Dark Knight Rises gets a solid B. It's not a masterpiece or the best movie of the year so far, but it's definitely one of the better films of the summer and a must-see on the big screen. I'm Lights Camera Jackson. You can get all my reviews at lights-camera-jackson.com and on YNN, Your News Now.